Okay, now we're going to learn how to add a new script to your campaigns here. The script is described as the pitch window that your agents are going to see when they're on the dialer. So we want to log into the dialer admin interface as we are here. We're going to click on scripts, and you'll see a listing of all the scripts that you've got in the system. Since there are no scripts here, we're going to click add a new script, and then we're going to get to a screen that looks like this. Now for the script ID, we can choose anything we'd like, numbers or words. Just make sure you have no spaces or punctuation here as indicated. So I'm just going to call this test script. Script name, we can name it whatever we'd like. This is going to be anything you'd like, spacers, commas, doesn't matter. So I'm just going to call this test script. And then you have comments, which is something you can put in there to further explain what this script is about. Not required. Active, we'll set that to yes, which is by default. And then we have the actual box where we'd put in our script. Now, if you'd like, you can take a text or a notepad or even a Microsoft Word document and just copy and paste it into this box here, and then you'd be done. You can just hit submit. Otherwise, you can type it by hand. This is a test. And then this is what the agents will see when they log into the pitch window of the agent interface. Now you've got a couple options here indicated by this drop-down menu. You can put in different test codes from your, or I shouldn't say test, I should say lead codes from the fields in your lead list. So for instance, if you wanted to say, instead of dear customer, you can say dear Mr. or Mrs. blank for their last name. You can put in here dear Mr. and I'm just going to put in a space here. This is how a normal script would show, dear Mr., and then they'd have to go back to the lead to see who they're actually speaking with. Well, with this list, or I'm sorry, with this script, you don't have the necessity to do that. You can actually just put in the code for whoever you're speaking to. So you hit this drop-down menu. I'm simply going to go to last name, point my cursor, and hit insert. Now it's going to put in the code for the last name of whoever I'm speaking to. So this will change with every lead that is being dialed. So instead of saying dear Mr. or Mrs. Blank, it'll actually say dear Mr. or Mrs. Smith or Mrs. Jones. And it'll actually show right here in this space. And it'll change for every lead that they're speaking to. And you can pretty much fashion the whole script in that manner. So you can put in, I have your address as, and now we simply go to, correct this here, go to the drop down. I'm going to go down to where it says address 1, point my cursor and hit insert, and now the code is in there for the address. Now if I want to see an example of how it'll look once it's complete with the test lead, I simply hit submit, go back to my script that we've just created, and now you'll see where it says preview script. And you'll have a pop-up menu window that comes up, and it'll give you a sample based on the text that you have in this box, and it'll show it associated with the code. So as you see, the pop-up window came up here, and I've got this as a test, just as I have here. Dear Mr. Public, which is a sample of my code. I have your address as 1234 Main Street, which again is a sample of the code that we have here, but it'll be relevant to whatever lead that we're speaking to at the present moment. And that's how we create a script. Now that we've created it, we can go back to our campaign and we can assign the script to a specific campaign. So we click on campaigns here. We're going to go back to our sample campaign that we've created, 101. You want to go to detailed view listed here at the top. You've got a basic view and you have detailed view. Detailed view gives you a lot more options, as you'll notice here, than the basic view. You're able to change the campaign caller ID. You can do a whole bunch of things, including changing the script to this campaign. So I scroll down to where it says script, and now I choose the script that we've just selected, or just created rather, called test script. Now that I choose that, I can simply hit submit at the bottom, and it'll automatically be active. Now you have another option here as far as get call launch. If you remember that from our campaign video, we have the option of choosing scripts as the get call launch, which means that as soon as the call is initiated or established, rather, it'll actually pop up the script. It'll show you the pitch window so they can actually start pitching right from the screen that will pop up on their agent interface. If you do not want it to show up on each call, you can simply hit none and it'll just show you the lead information. Then it can just click on the script at the top of the interface. There's two buttons, one that says dialer, one that says script. They click on the script and they'll be able to view the script from there.